The world has advanced in millions of ways in the last few years, with the introduction of AI, advancements in biotechnology, and so much more. However, the disabled face challenges every single day that inhibit them from growing as people and the world from growing as a human race. Did you know that according to the UN, only 6% of peace treaties in the last 30 years mention disability, indicating a dire need for global education and global effort towards this issue? In addition, 2/3 of employees with invisible disabilities such as diabetes, autism, and auditory disabilities say that they have to source support and reasonable adjustments at work alone. If these inclusion-related issues are fully addressed, the entire system will be more in sync and drive higher productivity and workplace satisfaction. This only highlights the urgency at which we need to approach this issue. Given the urgency, it is imperative that an intergenerational effort is advanced. Based on research, poverty can lead to disability rights, as disabled people are 6% more likely to be in poverty. This means that they have a lack of opportunities to share their issues and raise their problems to the change makers who are able to forge solutions. Disability rights can be a leading factor of poor and negative mental health, not only for those directly affected, but also for the friends and family of people with disabilities. This is because the lack of inclusivity within real life can be incredibly discouraging, alongside their disability. The founder herself drew from her own experience to set towards this path of impact. She had a classmate in primary school with autism, who luckily was given ample support in order to aid his education. This was only possible because of the facilities and opportunities that students at her school were provided. However, it is understood that this isn't available to every person with a disability worldwide. She had also fractured her spine due to a swimming injury and had to undergo physiotherapy for several weeks in order for her to be able to get back to the sport she loved. This, again, was only possible due to the availability of hospitals and clinics with physiotherapists in her region. However, globally, there is a lack of physiotherapists to stop an injury from turning into a lifelong issue. Delivering systemic improvements for the disabled community requires a holistic approach. To realize this, EmpowerABLE was created by a group of secondary school students. The initiative has developed the LIMITLESS framework, representing 9 steps to realize disabilities inclusion, which include the following: LIFT. Create a direct sense of empathy and equity for the disabled community. Ideate. Originate ways to advance more innovative research and development. Model. Create prototypes to solve specific and unique problems. Innovate. Design digital solutions increasing effectiveness of care. Transform. Initiate new programs offering inclusive personalized aid. Legitimize. Expand range of products covered by insurance policies. Establish. Formalize channels to receive financial aid for personalized support. Stimulate. Develop an interactive and multimedia hub for collective action. Sustain. Ensure continued focus and protection for the community. This framework enables youth globally to use it as a blueprint to advance inclusion in their local communities. Looking ahead, EmpowerABLE aims to continue scaling its influence through its network of partners, supporters, and advocates to educate and empower more youth to think, research, and act with a stronger inclusion lens. Help us recognize the fundamental rights of disabled individuals. To drive collective action, we welcome your participation to grow our shared platform. Welcome back to the EmpowerABLE videocast. I'm Sheraya Amarasekara, a high school junior based in Dubai, and I'm so excited you're here for episode 6. So far, we've explored how to lift through empathy, ideate new solutions, model real-world prototypes, innovate through digital tools, and transform ideas into inclusive programs that offer personalized aid. Today, we move to the 6th letter in our framework, L for Legitimize, where we focus on one of the biggest barriers to real-world inclusion. Not just creating solutions, but getting them recognized, approved, accredited, and supported formally, including through insurance coverage and institutional acceptance, because solutions are not truly life-changing if people can't access them. The Limitless framework is designed to guide youth step by step from awareness to impact. Each letter represents a stage in building disability inclusion, not just through ideas, but through systems-level change. Today's letter, Legitimize, is about moving from this great idea to this is a recognized solution that people can actually use, afford, and trust. Legitimizing means working towards formal acceptance, like getting assistive tools approved by schools, hospitals or disability centers, getting a program endorsed by trusted organizations, getting devices and services covered by insurance, or getting innovations certified, tested, and adopted. Because when solutions are legitimized, they can scale, and they can reach the people who need them the most. Why does Legitimize matter so much? Because many life-improving tools for disability support already exist, but they're often too expensive, not recognized, or not funded. Sometimes a device isn't covered by insurance, so families must pay out of pocket. Sometimes schools don't adopt tools because they haven't been improved or validated. Sometimes a solution is helpful, but without accreditation or institutional backing, people hesitate to trust it. This creates a painful reality. Even if a solution is brilliant, without legitimacy, it can stay out of reach. That's why this stage matters. Legitimize is about changing the system, so inclusion isn't optional, rare, or privileged. It becomes standard. So what does it mean to legitimize disability inclusion solutions? It means creating pathways so that solutions become formally accepted and therefore accessible. Legitimizing can look like a school officially adopting captioning tools for assemblies, a disability-friendly app being endorsed by an educational authority, a hospital or clinic partnering with youth innovators to pilot a prototype, a local government accepting an accessibility audit and funding upgrades, a health device gaining support through tested evidence and safety checks, or insurance policies expanding to cover assistive tech products that improve quality of life. Legitimacy is not just a stamp, it's access, trust, and scale. So how can youth help move a solution from helpful to officially accepted? Here are 6 practical ways young changemakers can work toward legitimacy, even as students. 1. Start with proof. Build evidence that your solution works. Systems respond to evidence. If you've built a tool, a program, or a prototype, track outcomes. Does your captioning initiative increase participation? Does your buddy system reduce isolation? Does your quiet room improve focus and well-being? Collect feedback, testimonials, and simple before and after data. Even a small pilot with strong documentation can become the foundation for legitimacy. 2. Partner with trusted organizations. Legitimacy grows faster when it's shared. Reach out to disability centers, NGOs, school and education boards, local clinics or therapists, and community leaders. Ask them to review your idea, pilot it, or co-create it with you. When trusted institutions support your work, your solution gains credibility and often resources. 3. Learn the rules. Understand approval pathways. Many students assume policy and insurance are adult problems, but youth can help learn how systems work, and that knowledge becomes power. Start by researching, what does your school require to approve a new program? What safety or privacy rules apply to health-related tools? Who decides what gets funded or covered? Even understanding the pathway is a form of advocacy because you can design your solution to meet real-world standards. 4. Create a formal proposal package. This is one of the most practical steps. Turn your solution into something institutions can evaluate. A simple proposal might include the problem you're solving, who it benefits, how it works, evidence or feedback, cost and sustainability, safety and accessibility considerations, and how it could be implemented. Think of it like translating your idea into the language decision makers speak. This could be how solutions move from passion projects to approved programs. 5. Advocate for funding and coverage. Legitimacy often depends on affordability. If something isn't covered by funding systems like insurance, school budgets, or local grants, people can't access it. Students can start discussions in your community about accessibility funding, meet with school leaders to request budget allocations, try to engage with local policymakers, partner with nonprofits to apply for grants. Your voice matters, especially when you represent a generation demanding inclusion as the norm. 6. Build visibility through campaigns that drive adoption. Sometimes legitimacy happens when enough people say, "We need this." You can create a school-wide awareness week that includes solution demos, a local podcast episode interviewing disability advocates and policymakers, a social media campaign showcasing stories of those affected, or a student-led accessibility audit with a published report. When visibility grows, institutions pay attention, and adoption becomes more likely. Legitimizing is about building a bridge between innovation and real-world access, because inclusion isn't truly inclusion if it's only available to a few. From today's episode, we learned that creating solutions is only half the journey. The next step is making sure those solutions are recognized, trusted, funded, and accessible through institutions, approvals, and even insurance coverage. That's what it means to legitimize. In our next episode, we'll explore the 7th letter of the Limitless framework.
E. Establish, where we'll discuss how to formalize channels to receive financial aid and build structures that support personalized care long term. To join EmpowerABLE and help push inclusive solutions into the systems that shape society, visit our website by scanning the QR code on the screen or clicking the link in the description. See you next time.